Yeah, that's awesome. Now, something else that was really cool that came out this week was the HoloLens 2. That's
Yeah,
Microsoft's augmented reality visor, and it's cool. And I even hear they have a contract with the U.S. military with it.
oh, really?
Yeah, and so
What are they doing with that?
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make this something where a doctor could wear it,
Mm.
somebody in the field could wear it, and it would augment what's going on. And so, say for example, you're a soldier and you're in some kind of a situation where instead of knowing where east, west, north is and where things are, it could point out the path you needed to go.
Just like
Or,
video games, right? Like the bad guy's over here, and you're like, "Whoa,
yes, this is the bad guy, don't shoot this person.
yeah, don't shoot this person.
But for doctors doing surgery, I mean, imagine how cool that would be.
Cut here,
Don't cut
not
the
here."
wrong leg. But I can see a lot of really cool things for it. Honestly, in real life, I don't think anyone's gonna walk around with this on. I mean, Snapchat tried to do just some glasses that videoed, but to have it to the
HoloLens.
point where you could walk around and play a game would be really difficult at this point. But if you're, in the medical field, or if maybe you're even an architect and you want to see your CAD file come to life,
Totally
that would
awesome.
be really cool if you were in a boardroom and everyone had them on and you could point to different parts in the 3D model. So I really like where it's going. It seems pretty expensive to me. What kind of things did you hear about it?
Well, I actually watched a review where they physically had it, they put it on, and the first thing that struck me is this is a much smaller and lighter unit than the previous one. So the previous one, if I remember right, had like a little thing that you would hook on your belt, and that was like the processor, and it would get really hot, and you had a battery, and there were all these cables, and maybe I'm not remembering that one right, but it was a huge honking helmet. You look like Darth Helmet from Spaceballs putting this thing on, right? And for those of you who remember the early 90s, or was that even 80s? So anyways, this one looked a lot smaller, and the cool thing is you could flip up the visor. And that's kind of neat because when I'm playing VR, or my kids are, they're always like ripping up the whole helmet, but the flip up visor's kind of cool. And it's really good to use with glasses. So the reviewer was wearing glasses, and he's like, "This is the first augmented reality where I can wear my glasses." So it seems pretty nice. They talk about the field of view getting a lot bigger from version
Right,
1.
right.
So version 1 had a 30-degree view. Now we're at 52 degrees. And he compared it to looking at a deck of cards. So even though you've got this visor on, the holograms only show up in a deck of cards little spot.
Right.
And he says it's like going from a deck of cards to a paperback book.
Nice.
So perhaps version 3 will be made more for the general consumer, and it will have an even bigger field of view and be even easier to use and walk around. But this one, as you mentioned, is geared towards industry and professionals and, like you said, making partnerships with the
Yeah.
military. And
Yeah, that's really surprised me that they had that contract with them, but I think it's exciting. I think you're going to see it become more and more geared towards the regular consumer over time. And
mhm,
I mean, people love doing augmented reality. People love games where they can hold out their phone and use the camera and see something hidden or secret.
catch a
And
Pokemon.
yeah, but imagine if you could just do that with a pair of shades. You're walking
Yeah.
around West Edmonton Mall, or wherever you are. You could see things hidden in walls. You could write graffiti. It would be a lot of fun.
I saw a commercial where it was augmented reality, and I think it was like a zombie game. And so, like, the people in the commercial are holding up their phones and they're like doing actions where they're like on the phone, it showed them holding a baseball bat hitting a zombie, but then it pans back and they're like holding the phone and going like this, like in the air. And everybody's like, "What are you doing?" And then they're running away from zombies, right? They're
I
looking
think you
behind them
might.
with their
Do
phones.
you remember when the Wii came out and it had the nunchuck, where
Yeah.
people were throwing the nunchuck at their new flat screen TVs and
And
just
smashing
ruining
it.
them? I'm
Yeah.
predicting right here today that if that starts becoming a thing, people are going to be smashing their phones.
Their $3,000 foldable phones go flying.
Yes.